bringing to you. Every time we turn live, man, you know it's the truth. Every after show, moving down, it's the time to move around. No Gimmicks podcast is going down. Every night, every time in the ring. This is time for no gimmicks, no, we doing our thing. What's your state of mind? State divine. Moving down a statement when we take the line. This is exactly wrestling the state design. When you see Stone Cold like me, with the stunner in the world, exactly, man, what we bring. Every night we move like Brock Lesnar. The F5, no gimmicks. We take you to your limit. What's the feeling? When we live in the air, you know we on. It's the time. Guarantee we move. You know how we respond. The state design. The state design when we feel it. Moving down, what's the healing? No gimmicks is the feeling.
What is up, people? Welcome back to the No Gimmicks podcast here on the DFPN. That's right. We are back in the building. What is up, Mac? And I got to start off the show real quick by sending a special thank you to everybody on the DFPN, holding down the network while I was off. For anybody who doesn't know, I had a tumor on one of my glands that I had to get taken out. Was down for almost 3 weeks today, actually. So got my health back in order. I'm already starting to see the signs of feeling great. I have a lot of water weight that's coming off, so I've been peeing a lot thanks to that. And it's been a journey, a healing, and I'm glad to be back, man. Honestly, glad to be back doing podcasts. Glad to be back in good health, feeling good. I can't wait to get back to the gym because that's one of the things I couldn't get to while I had this condition. But take care of yourselves, people, because your health is important. There's a lot of things that I didn't know that about my body that I couldn't do shit. Like the fact that I can actually feel my fingertips was something that caught me by surprise on the immediate aftermath. Like I had no feeling in my extremities, and that shit was wild. Finding out like, oh shit, like blood wasn't reaching my fucking fingertips. But it's one of those things, man. Like, take care of yourselves. If you see signs, go for it. Like, it was one of those conditions that I didn't know what was happening to me over an 11-year period. And finally, thank God my gallbladder crapped out on me, which was a condition of that. My gallbladder crapped out on me. Doctor found out that, hey, your potassium's been low, which if you watch me on the Smoke Pit is one of the things I talk about. I had a potassium deficiency. That's why I had a tumor on one of my adrenal glands, and they had to take it out. So good to be back. Good to be in good health. Sorry for the sap show. Let's get to some real shit. My co-host, the fabulous one, D Vader. Welcome back, buddy.
Well, I mean, shit, man, that's a lot. You could write a fucking book, you know, write a book on health. But no, that's great. I'm glad you're better. You're feeling good, and let's get it cracking.
Let's get it cracking. Let's get it cracking. We got a good show for you guys. It's Halloween season. We'll get into that later. We're gonna come back on it, but we got a lot going on this evening. Let's chop up something that we left off on, and that's the cancellation of the Acolyte. Because a lot of news came out on the aftermath of that. I know we had discussions about it. The numbers came out on the aftermath of us having these discussions. It turns out the number that they gave for the figure was kind of false, man. So guide us through that. What happened with the payments?
Yeah, so basically what came out is so Leslie Hedlund, who was the showrunner for the Acolyte, about before the show launched on Disney Plus, she came out and said that the total cost of producing the show was $180 million, and that was false. It was $180 million, but that was misleading. She was talking about listen. Here's the short version, right? So Disney does a lot of they do a lot of their filming in the UK, so they get the UK tax credits and shit, right?
Right. But they also got to
So,
pay the UK money.
well, yeah. So what happens is that they have to file these taxes, and we were able to get the paperwork for this. So the Acolyte, people wonder, well, why was the Acolyte not renewed for a second season? Okay, well, number one, the reason why the show was not renewed for a second season had nothing to do with people not liking female characters or people not liking the fact that the main character was black and whatever. That had nothing to do with it. Nobody watched the fucking show. That's what it comes down to. No one watched the damn show. All right. That's number one. Number two, the show, from right now, what we know, cost Walt Disney Company, which is, if you people don't know, laying people off. They just laid off like 300 some employees every day. All right. It cost them over $230 million to produce The Acolyte. That is unacceptable to the Walt Disney Company. And that is the reason why the show was not renewed for a second season. Because
I get that. I honestly I do, because if you're spending big
we're
money
not
for
done yet.
oh, go
We're not.
ahead.
Oh yeah, we're not. No, we're not done yet with this.
Go ahead.
That's just for that right now. There are other filings that have to be done before we get the grand total tally. And right now, insiders are saying that it's going to be upwards of $300 million when it's all said and done. That is fucking ridiculous. And if you look at this show, where did the money go? As I said
Good
before,
question.
as I stated before on this podcast, if you look at the costumes that I got for the Jedi, that's exactly what their show looked like in that show, and I got it from Amazon. So where did the money go? I don't get that. So I heard people saying, well, why didn't they do this and why didn't they do that and whoop de whoop and all that? Well, it's simple. It's called fucking money. I know things going on inside of Lucasfilm right now. I know who's running Lucasfilm, and it ain't Kathleen Kennedy. I put it like that.
I mean, yeah, that's an insane amount of money on a show, and the
Mind you,
numbers.
Kenobi was 90 million.
Right. But the fact that it didn't garner, it didn't get it. They didn't even get the money back for that. So
No, they didn't get the money back. They didn't get the money back for that. And this is the whole point of the situation, right quick. We were talking. I was sent you a message earlier today talking about the intros for WWE television, SmackDown, and you know, my thing is, who was the Acolyte made for? Who was this show supposed to attract? Because
right, yeah.
it did not attract the Star Wars fandom. And I hear the rhetoric of racism and misogyny and the patriarchy and all this bullshit that is non-existent, because I know for a fact that there were many women that did not like this show. It was just a bad fucking show. It's just period. It was. Because if it was a good fucking show, then it would have got renewed. Disney is not above basically burning through fucking money. Look at all the Marvel projects that they've produced that they have not gotten their money back on. They're not above that. But right now, it's a bad situation because right now the stock price for Disney is at $95, I believe it was. Okay, they're in a crunch time right now. BlackRock Investments is looking at Disney. All right, no, the parks are down right now. The parks are where you get majority of the income from the Walt Disney Company, and they're not making any fucking money with that. So we don't have $230 million more to invest in the Acolyte, a show that nobody watched. That's the bottom line. Nobody watched it. I wish people out there would understand this because I still see people talking about it now and bringing back the Acolyte. Where the fuck were you when the show was on? You weren't watching. But because of who's in it and the message and the agenda in it, we got to bring it back. No, you can put as many petitions out there as you want to. All right, they don't give a fuck about that. They don't care. I don't understand. People don't understand that. Just like if I was to send to WWE right now a hell of a good script, you think they're going to read it? No, They won't. Just how it goes.
I was going to ask that. How does Disney fix the Star Wars franchise? Get rid of it?
You can't fix it. It's you look, the damn thing was already on life support from the Rise of Skywalker, and the Acolyte just was the final nail in it. There's no faith in it, man. Like, and I'm telling you this as a fanatic. Look who's standing behind me. I'm telling you as a fanatic of this shit. There is no fixing this. You can't. And I know the Mandalorian Grogu movie is going to come out in 2026, and they're going to try to do something with that. The appeal is gone, man. Like, Grogu is not cute anymore. The people, the kids that watched Grogu have grown the fuck up now, and they're not even watching this shit anymore. That's just what it is. I can tell you right now. I'll send you a video of this channel on YouTube called World Class Bullshit. This is what it's called, and they go inside of Ollie's. You know what Ollie's is? That store Ollie's. They go inside Ollie's and all these different places, and they'll show you all of the fucking Grogu's on the shelf at Ollie's that nobody's buying, all the Ahsokas that no one's bought, all the fucking Shanghai or Shang-Chi figures that no one's buying, all the Wakanda Forever toys that have been sitting on the shelf for fucking 2 years that no one's buying. No, it's done. You can't. There's nothing you can do with it. Okay, nothing at all. And I know what they're gonna do. They want to put Luke, Han, and Leia on the big screen in the Mandalorian Grogu. That's what they're gonna do. And then something else came out, and I don't know if people noticed now, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. Okay, they're already talking about in this movie. One of the plot points of this movie is Luke Skywalker's gonna be there, and he's gonna be there with this little kid that he's gonna be mentoring. Okay, he's gonna be training to be a Jedi. Do you know who this kid is?
Ben Skywalker.
Ben Solo.
Ben Solo. Yeah.
Yep, that's who it is. We're gonna see young Kylo Ren in this movie. Well, before he becomes Kylo Ren.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
interesting.
All roads to this leads back to the sequel trilogy. This is where we're all going here.
But they did that. They did that with the original prequels. They did that.
Well, yeah.
Basically, it's a repair job.
Well,
that's basically what it is.
Well, the prequels weren't a repair job. The prequels were telling the story of 4, 5, and 6. That's what.
Right. But what I'm saying is, when they did that, those movies weren't received well. So they brought you shows beyond that to kind of tell that story, like Clone Wars and Rebels.
Well, Clone Wars came after Revenge of the Sith. That was to continue.
Right, but those movies have been done, but they weren't really received that well.
Well, Revenge of the Sith.
Those shows, yeah, Revenge of the Sith was, but those shows themselves kind of helped repair the image of the original prequels.
Well, what the Clone Wars show did was it further told the story of that era is all it did. It just gave you you further insight into Anakin, and then you introduced Ahsoka and all that. But the point of it is, once again, is this: you killed Luke Skywalker in The Last Jedi. You did. I mean, you know how long ago that was when we saw Luke Skywalker on The Mandalorian when he came out there in the end. It's been a couple years. That luster is gone, man. That shit is. That is done. Like, I don't have any interest in seeing that. I don't. It's done.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute. But because they kind of ran into the problem that Marvel had. Marvel was putting out too much shit at one time. And you kind of lost the fandom amongst putting out that much shit, and it's hard for people to follow because people just didn't have time for it, right? But even with that, if you slow down, it's kind of like Star Wars shot themselves in the foot twice because you put out all this content and then you slowed down. And now that it's taking people, I don't want to say that the Acolyte was a victim of that because people just didn't receive it well. Let's call a spade a spade. They didn't receive that show well at all. But even if at this point you say, okay, I'm gonna slow down the content and we'll put something out, a movie next year. Well, now it's at a point where this show was received so poorly that you're in risk of, do you need to rush this production? Because people are not going to care about it. And the longer you hold off on it, the more people are not going to care about it. So what do you do about that?
Well, so, I mean, the thing is this. J.J. Abrams, clearly in The Force Awakens, J.J. Abrams kind of had a plan of what he wanted to do. And then he left the project. Then they brought in, Ryan Johnson, who was just a complete fuck and just destroyed everything that J.J. Abrams did, to the point where when J.J. Abrams came back for Rise of Skywalker, he had to try to salvage and make sense of what they did in The Last Jedi. So, like I said, all roads lead back to the sequel trilogy, unfortunately. And from what I understand as well, with The Mandalorian Grogu, this is going to be a new trilogy of movies that has nothing to do with. I mean, remember, so Daisy Ridley was supposed to come back, and they were going to do episode 10, New Jedi Order, right? Okay.
Yeah.
That's on indefinite hold right now at Lucasfilm. So that may not be happening. Okay. And what did Daisy Ridley come out the other day and say? She blamed men for this happening. That's what she said. She says that she can't change the way some men view women. What the fuck does that have to do with men? Just because no one likes your fucking Mary Sue fucking character. I just watched the sequel trilogy again a few weeks ago, and you still suck. That's just the bottom line. We had no problem with Princess Leia. We had no problem with Padme Amidala. Got no problem with Ahsoka Tano. Got no problem with Asajj Ventress. Got no problem with Mara Jade. We had no problem with any of these people. We had no problem with Sarah Connor. We had no problem with Ripley from Aliens. We had no problem with Laurie fucking Strode. Strong female characters, right? So why do we have a problem with you? Because you suck ass. Not you, Daisy Ridley, but your fucking character. It sucks ass. The two people that the sequel trilogy should have been about were Finn and Kylo Ren. That's what it should have been about. Not some girl that all of a sudden now, she all of a sudden has these fucking powers that she didn't earn and didn't work for. See, the difference is Luke Skywalker worked for it. He earned it. It started off in A New Hope. He went through the training in Empire Strikes Back and finished up in Return of the Jedi when he was able to redeem Darth Vader. He earned it. This bitch here was moving shit around in the first fucking movie. And at the end of it, she's out there, found Luke Skywalker and holding the fucking lightsaber out to him. The fuck? But you wonder why no one likes the character. But she says she's been well received. Well received by who? Don't get me wrong. There are little kids out there, little kiddies that dress up as her. Trust me, I saw them. When I was Vader, they want to take pictures with me and shit. I'm like, cool. You know how Vader, loves the younglings. People saw Revenge of the Sith. So that's cool. But it's just like, dude, there's just no redeeming this shit at this point. We got Ahsoka Tano. The Ahsoka show is going to start filming in summer of next year. It'll be ready to go in 26. All these things are connecting. They're all intertwining. There's a connection here. Skeleton Crew comes out December. This is all leading. All these things here are going to all connect to the bigger Mandalorian universe. This the Mandoverse is where we're going. So when you said a little while ago about how can they turn this around, they're going to attempt to try to turn around. This is Jon Favreau trying to do this. Because Favreau knows, I know what works, and I know what people want to see. Now, I know they love the Mandalorian, they love Grogu, right? But I also know that they love the original trilogy characters a hell of a lot more. So what do you see in that? What did you see the other day at Disney World? Saw something the other day they haven't seen in like 5 years. They had a show out there, and that show was they had Kylo Ren and Rey basically doing lightsaber duels. Who was walking around the park out there the other day? Luke Skywalker is walking around the park. Han Solo is walking around the park. Leia is walking around the park. That's not happened before. They have not been there. And someone said, I don't know if I should say this, but fuck it, it's no gimmicks. Say what I want. One of the people there, one of the security, was like, "Oh man, that shit was dope, dude. I can't believe we're doing this." It's like, yeah, man, wait till you see the Vader show.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's what's going on. But I think I said before in this podcast, and Favreau told Disney, like, you guys want to make some money with Galaxy's Edge? Said put the original trio, put the original trilogy characters in Galaxy's Edge, and that's how you make money. Because no one gives a fuck about the sequel trilogy. That's what he said. That's what he said. And that's when the whole thing came up. They said, well, damn, John. I mean, we're already spending all this money on this technology to bring back Han, Luke, and Leia for your movie. I mean, shit. So there you go. But the wrinkle in that, situation is Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford is not a big fan of them bringing back the original. So, he has a sign off on Han Solo to appear in that movie. So right now he's a roadblock.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it is what it is, man. I hope they get it together. I hope they can figure it out. But again, it's one of those things, man, that if you don't have the faith of the people ain't gonna support that shit. It is,
that's what's going on right now with Agatha all along. They're not supporting.
I actually like that show though.
They're not supporting that shit either. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm glad you're watching it.
I haven't watched the last episode, but for the most part, I think it follows exactly what Marvel's doing. It connects the dots, but
that's crazy. I don't understand how, one of the things that I saw, and I'm like, what is this shit? It's just, so you have one of the scenes I saw, and you correct me if I'm wrong about this, but one of the scenes I saw is you have a woman who's nude out in front of a house, and there's some teenage girl looking at her.
Yeah, that happened.
Yeah. So this is what we're doing now? That's approvable to do that?
That's a weird one for me, because in the context of you asking it, it's not how I thought about it.
Yeah, that's crazy, huh? So now we're subjecting teenagers to nudity. Interesting.
Hold on. Wait, because I mean,
is that not what I saw?
That's what you saw. But if you're asking,
and it's funny that it's a girl too that's doing this. So are they trying to push some kind of agenda?
I don't know. That's wild. That's because that's not what I immediately thought about. So let me put it out this way. If I wasn't notified of this, I would not have thought twice about it. Because that's not where my brain goes. My brain doesn't go, oh my God, there's a grown woman walking butt ass naked in front of a kid. That's not in the context of that scene.
Yeah.
Because she's trying to figure out who she is. She finally does, and she walks outside, and then she asks the guy, like, how long have I been here? But she's like terrified. So in the context of you asking me that, that's not where my brain goes when I watch that show. My brain goes, she had amnesia. She's trying to figure out where the fuck she is.
So why is a teenage girl looking at her and like smiling and shit? Like, oh my God.
I didn't notice that. I didn't notice that.
You should probably watch it again.
Why is that being pointed? That's a weird way to point that out. Why is that being pointed out like that?
Why is that on Disney
Plus? Wait, hold on. That speaks more about the people that actually saw it like that than the actual scene itself. Because why would your mind even go there?
Because
that's just my question.
Because it's presented. It's what are you talking about? It's presented to our fucking face. It's a teenage girl up there, and it's a fucking nude woman. It's on Disney Plus.
Yeah, but in the context of that scene, that's not where my head went. I'm sorry. It's just not where my head went.
But the way you just said that was like you paintbrush everybody else like we're the weird ones. Like why would our minds go there?
Yeah, no, that's not what I'm saying.
Our minds are going to go there because what the fuck
in the context. Okay, so in the context of that scene, like, yeah, she does that, but she's also like, what the hell just happened? So yeah, when she walks outside, she's walking to a neighbor, and the neighbors even look at her like, dude, what the fuck? Everybody's looking at her like, what the fuck is wrong with her? But she's trying to figure out, like, and this is, you can't see everything. So it's implied that she's fully nude. It is implied that she's fully nude. You can't see everything, but it is implied.
Did she not have her ass out, or what? Is that not what I saw?
That's what you saw. That's what you saw, bro. I'm not here to persuade you.
You saw the show, though, right?
I saw the show, but again, that's
was she not nude? Was she not nude? That's all I'm asking. It's a simple question. Yes or no?
Yes. Yes. Okay,
so what the fuck are you talking about?
It's implied that she's fully nude. They don't show her full naked body, like front and back. They don't do that. Okay. But it's implied that she's fully nude. Okay. Yes.
So once again,
but I'm saying that's not where my brain goes.
I understand that, but once again, is this what we're subjecting? Is this what we're doing? That's my point. Because here's the thing: if it was the other way around, and it had been a grown ass man that's fucking nude, and some girl would have been watching, it would have been a goddamn end of the fucking world.
Why are we going there? What?
Because it's the context here. It's not, there is no why are you going there. It's a simple fucking question. Is this what we're doing now for entertainment? Is this what we're doing? This is what we're reaching now.
I'm going to go with Mac on this one. Disney has gone on record saying they're going to produce more mature content.
Oh, okay.
They have. What's the difference between Deadpool killing 30 people and her walking? I never watched Deadpool. Well, that's the point. That's the point, though. What's the difference between killing a whole bunch of people on Disney and one woman walking out fully nude on Disney?
Well, first of all, Deadpool is a 20th Century Fox property.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Not anymore.
Deadpool wasn't? Where did they get Deadpool?
It isn't anymore.
Where did it come from?
The last movie was rated R, bro.
Where did it come from? Is my question.
It isn't where it came from. It's where it's at now. It came from 20th Century Fox, but it's now is the last movie. That's a Marvel product. That's a Disney product, and they let you know that.
Where did they get it from? Is my question.
They got it from there, but they didn't change anything.
That's my point, bro. You're okay. Let's move on.
I mean, what are you trying to say, though?
I'm not saying anything.
Okay, that's a weird thing, bro. Like, for real, that's weird.
I know we're all weird. That's the fucking problem. We're always weird on this side over here. We're always weird.
No. I'm trying to understand.
This is the reason why we have disagreements and shit, and this is the reason why we don't fucking podcast, because it's always weird over here. Because you motherfuckers don't understand shit, and then you want to point off like we're always wrong. We point shit out or something. That's the fucking problem. So I don't want to talk about that.
I'm genuinely.
Let's talk about the fucking wrestling. You feel me?
Come on, bro. Don't do that. don't do that.
Don't do what?
Don't do that. I'm genuinely trying to understand where you're coming from with it.
Because that's not where understand where I'm coming from.
Help me.
I don't want to help you.
All right. Let's move on, bro.
Let's do it.
So, Warner Brothers Discovery, AEW, announced a new deal. They are Collision and Dynamite are going to be airing on TNT and TBS respectively. And they will be also simulcast on Max. Good for the business or not?
I don't know. I mean, yeah. I think it's real good for the business. I think it brings more eyeballs to the Max streaming service, because Disney Plus is the biggest streaming service. Well, no. Netflix is the biggest streaming service in the world, but the Max needs help. I mean, the Max they have good content. Majority of it is DC, but this is going to help them out. It's going to bring more eyeballs to AEW as well. For people who, let's just say people who don't have cable anymore. If you have the Max, because you get the Max for free. If you have AT&T, you get it for free. So then, okay, cool. You can watch fucking Dynamite. You can watch pay-per-views at a discounted rate. No different than what WWE's been doing the last couple of years with Peacock. Same situation. So I think it's good for them. I think it actually will help them in the long run. I see a lot of people talking shit about it and making fun of the TV deal or whatever. I don't really understand the logic of that. The fuck is it? What did people think? It was the AEW was going to die or something? Like they weren't going to get renewed or some shit? It's like,
No, the big talk about it was that they weren't going to get a lot of money for it, or that they weren't going to be able to be on Max, but they ended up getting on Max. And now one of the big selling points was Coach is one of the big leaders against this one, that they did Coach Jonathan Coachman.
Oh,
he's one of the leaders against, you know, he didn't think they were going to get as much as they got. And now it's like they were supposed to get 175 million. He thinks they got 150 million, which it's per year. It's not bad. It's a good deal. And now everybody's harping on the fact that the pay-per-views are at a discounted rate on Max. But here's the thing. Here's where they get it right and WWE kind of faltered, because they still get a percentage of pay-per-view. They air them on Max. They got to split it, but they still get a little bit of that money. WWE's deal with the PLEs airing on Peacock, I don't think they see anything from that.
No, and I don't know. Okay, so hold up a second. So you say that Jonathan Coachman is basically saying that okay. This is another thing that just drives me wild, man, with these people. You're speculating on numbers you don't fucking know about.
Right.
You don't know. You don't know the fucking numbers. Like, so it's like any amount of money that they get. Well, you know, they got this, but it should have got. Does it fucking matter to you? Like, okay, who gives a shit? They got the TV deal. Okay, it's gonna grow the audience. In my opinion, it's gonna grow it. You know, we were talking about this shit before we started recording. All right, let me break the fourth wall here real quick. let me break something here. All right. I want to apologize to you. All right. This thing went off the rails tonight. I've been under a lot of stress. This is a shoot. I've been under a lot of stress lately. I got a lot of shit going on in my personal life. So I'm rather irritated at the moment.
Real shit.
I apologize. I don't really go that far with shit, but I'm very irritated.
I get you. All good, my guy.
So I'm just yeah. So I'm trying to get into the groove here. I think the dark side took over for a minute. The is what the fuck happened, but I'm just yeah. I got a lot of shit going on right now. I don't talk about these things. I just got a lot of shit going on.
I feel you, bro. I feel you. All good.
So
water under the bridge, man.
Yeah, well, but but going back to this, like I don't understand that. It's like, you know, okay, so they got $150 million, so supposedly speculatory, $130 million between $130 and $150 million. Okay, it doesn't matter. They're still on the network, multi-year on the network. Okay, this gives them a chance to. I guess what I'm getting at here is that it's security. Because they got renewed. They're not still out there looking for a fucking TV deal. We know where they're going to be at. That's what it is. Now, the question I got about this, maybe you can enlighten me, because I know we talked about this earlier. Was Ring of Honor a part of this, or is just AEW?
They have not announced that. Also, we know that they were working with True TV. That hasn't got announced either.
Is True TV the Court TV channel? Is that what it is?
Yes, but they announced earlier, before this deal was made, they announced that they were going to make True TV into TNT Sports, but that hasn't gotten announced, and nothing about ROH has gotten announced yet. So
yeah, see that, and that's the thing that's mind-boggling to me, because I would think that Tony Khan, and for the amount of money, dude, that is speculative. Once again, we don't fucking know. AEW is a private company. We don't know.
Right.
We don't know what the numbers are. This is people just want to talk shit and speculate. Here's the deal. If Tony Khan, in my opinion, overpaid for Ring of Honor, I would be like, can we put Ring of Honor on the fucking program? Put them on the platform. That's what I would fucking do. So I would have thought that would have been part of the deal. But you have Rampage. Did they cancel Rampage?
Yes. Rampage is gone as part of this deal.
That's interesting though. Like, I wonder who called for that. Was that a
that was a WBD deal. So
they didn't want it.
They called for Rampage initially during the last deal. Being that Rampage was what it was, they got rid of it under this deal. But with the non-exclusive stuff, you could see it come back, but the talk right now is bringing back AEW Dark on YouTube. That's the talk right now. So bringing back AEW Dark, having that. There's still the Fox thing that's in play. Swerve kind of let that go during a Breakfast Club interview.
Yeah.
So there's still that, and there's a lot of stuff still in play.
Yeah, and I don't know. See, I think, what was it? The highest rated Rampage ever was the debut of CM Punk.
Yes.
So they've never reached that level ever again. I don't know what the hell. You know, that's the thing that's kind of like, it's just a repeat cycle. So they get these shows, these new shows that debut, and they fall apart. Look at what happened. Right. WCW did it with Thunder. WWE did it with Shotgun Saturday Night. Then it happened with Sunday Night. Remember Sunday Night Heat back in the day? Yep. It used to be like the go-to fucking show. Like, it would be superstars on there. It would be build up the pay-per-views and all that, and then it just went under. It became like the C show.
Yep.
That's what kind of happened here with Rampage. Rampage started off strong. It started like a good idea, and they would actually have pretty compelling stuff on Rampage, and then something happened to it. I don't know, and you can't blame. Well, they put Collision on, and then it changed everything. No, because Rampage was slacking before that.
Right.
So I don't know what happened. I just think that they just produced too much TV. But I don't know, man. They got to figure out some way to bring Ring of Honor into this.
If you want me to be real about it, I like Rampage going away.
Well, yeah.
I like that. What I want to see is, if you're going to do this True TV thing, then bring Ring of Honor on True TV. If you're not going to do that, let this Fox thing have some involvement with Ring of Honor. Because Ring of Honor is a strong brand. And if you're going to do that, you probably should restructure how Ring of Honor operates. It should operate like a developmental and not its own brand. If the plan is to bring Ring of Honor into AEW under that fold, then make that your developmental. Put that on something like a Fox, because it's going to get eyes. It's the Ring of Honor brand. It's going to get eyes. But it's also going to help your bigger shows. You can promote your bigger shows on that show.
Yeah. But how strong is the Ring of Honor brand? Like
right now, the Ring of Honor brand right now is the strongest thing they have. It's just not on television.
That's interesting. That's very interesting. I would have loved, honestly, like, no bullshit, I would have loved to see their numbers versus their pay-per-view numbers versus pay-per-view numbers of AEW's main shows.
Right.
And if those pay-per-view numbers, if they're kind of neck and neck, then this over here, this Ring of Honor needs to be integrated into AEW.
I fully agree.
Obviously, there's an audience there.
They have, so there's a story in Ring of Honor right now, and Sammy Guevara just got hurt, so I think it's gonna fuck it up. He got hurt tonight
again.
Yeah, but there's a story with him, Dustin Rhodes, his nephews, and
hold on.
Go ahead. There's a story right now between Dustin Rhodes, his nephews, his the Von Erichs, that the Von Erichs and his nephews and him, they're probably going to go to war. And that's probably going to be one of the more compelling stories on that show. But in terms of the deal, let me just read it out real quick while he's away. Per Fightful, they're the ones that broke the story. And I'll read their statement in full. So AEW's deal with Warner Brothers, Dynamite Collision will continue to be on TBS and TNT. We'll stream live on Max starting in January 2025. AEW pay-per-views will be on Max at a discounted rate later in 2025. More details will come as they gain info. Following this announcement, Dynamite Collision will remain on Wednesday and Saturday, respectively. Rampage will no longer air on Warner Brothers Discovery. It was a show that Warner Brothers Discovery had requested in 2021, possibly because of CM Punk. Upon the new deal, both sides prioritized Dynamite and Collision. Warner Brothers Discovery noted that Rampage could end up somewhere else, but have yet to release any plans regarding that. As it pertains to the AEW library, right now the plan is to have Dynamite, Collision, and Rampage's full library on Max.
No shit.
Yep.
So all the pay-per-views and all the TV.
It will be on Max, correct.
Wow.
If Rampage does go elsewhere, i.e. Fox, moving forward, it won't be on the Warner Brothers Discovery brand, which they're kind of anticipating that going to Fox and being rebranded. They didn't release any financial reports, but Fightful speculated that, according to Sports Business Journal, they heard 170 million. But they could not get that confirmed. They think it's somewhere in the range of 140 to 150, which right now they're operating on 70 to 75 million a year. So that's more than double than what they're making right now. On the pay-per-view front, that's the only negativity of this deal, according to outsiders. So, and when they were asked about it, they pointed to the UFC point of view. If you cannibalize your pay-per-view model, you can't go back, which is why the UFC still has their ESPN Plus pay-per-view model, and it operates the way it is, because they pointed to the WWE network as a example of, if you get rid of your pay-per-view, you won't be able to recoup that money.
Okay.
So, but
that's bullshit. I'm gonna tell you why. Even if the WWE doesn't recoup the money back on, say, pay-per-views, right? They're still recouping it back on arena
merchandise. Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
So
yes. But here's one thing they did point to that kind of makes sense. Think of pay-per-view revenue from WrestleMania 40 and what they could have got if that was a pay-per-view and not a PLE. They could have got major money out of that.
Yeah, but
you still get you still get that plus what they sold in the arena. I get the arena brings in big money for them.
Yeah.
But you could have got that and the pay-per-view money.
Yeah, does WWE still do traditional pay-per-view?
No. Maybe. I'm not gonna say no. Maybe in select markets.
Yeah, because I mean, damn, that's a real catch-22.
It is.
When you put it like that, because, like, shit, man, like I didn't think about it. It's like earlier when you were talking about Akadol, you didn't think about that. Well, I didn't think about it like this. I didn't think about fucking how that's a good point. Like, I didn't think about it like that. Like, they really did drive away their pay-per-view audience. But you drove away the pay-per-view audience when you got the WWE Network. True.
Right.
But look how the company grew.
That part.
Yeah.
You grow. And that's the thing, like, it's a pick your poison type of thing.
Right.
Because the negative from AEW doing what they did is, they still have pay-per-view. And if it operated like a Max, then not Max. If they operated like a Peacock, then maybe more people will be inclined to subscribe to Max because they know that they'll be getting those pay-per-views for
Well,
free.
let me tell you like this from my perspective, okay? So before the WWE Network came along, I didn't order the pay-per-views anymore. I had lost interest, and I'm like, I don't feel like spending 34, 35, where the fuck it was,
Same here.
to watch the pay-per-view. So when the
Same
network
here.
came, and I was like, okay, cool. I get to watch WrestleMania on the WWE Network, and it's like
for free.
I get to watch like so. That was enticing, like to do that. You know what I mean? So it's like with AEW, I'm kind of like this. Like, okay, now I get the Max Premium for free through AT&T. So now I really have no reason not to watch AEW. Because like, that's the thing about it. Like I actually would have to watch the show now. So when we do the podcast, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about because I would actually have to watch it because I don't watch it. Like we cut the cord a long time ago.
That's a big thing too.
Yeah.
A lot of people have been cutting the cord.
So so when I hear the news basically that okay, they're gonna, and this is kind of like what we speculate on this podcast because we keep it real and people don't realize just how real we keep it a couple segments ago. So we've been speculating for a while here about where this was gonna go, and I'm actually pretty excited about this. I'm actually happy for the AEW was able to do this because now I can actually keep up with the product. I can watch it because I have the Max. Keep up with the product and see what they're doing. And if I can get the pay-per-views at a discounted rate, it's even better because I can probably just if it's something that I want to watch. That's the thing. If it's something like this is the thing. When they debut, you say January, right? 2025?
Yep.
Okay. So when they do this, it's kind of funny. They're launching on the Max in January and WWE's launching on
Netflix. Yep.
Very interesting.
It's gonna be an interesting month.
Yeah. So my advice to AEW would be get your shit together. Like, see if you can outdo the WWE on some things. But they need to just do a whole new revamp of the company. And just,
I agree.
Just you got to put because what you're doing now is you're got a whole different set of eyeballs going to be on the product now. People that normally don't watch your shit, the casuals that will be going through the Max app, and there's wrestling. Click it. Am I going to want to watch this shit every week?
Right.
And now you're gonna, and now also too, like okay, so you have the show on TNT and TBS, but then you also get the numbers from streaming now as well. How does Dynamite and Collision do on streaming?
Right.
That's another thing. So
yep,
it's a lot of different parallels. I'm pretty excited about this. I think this would be a good move for them, as long as they don't fuck it up.
Hey, you gotta tread lightly because Tony, he might get emboldened by this shit. So just be cool, calm the fuck down. let things be. We'll be all right.
Let me shoot on something right quick.
Go ahead.
Okay. So let's see, where do I go here? How do I phrase this? Okay. I'm a very passionate person about certain things. Okay, just like everybody's passionate about something. I'm very passionate about something. So when I see something that I think it's wrong, in my opinion, just wrong, I question these things, and maybe the delivery wasn't correct. And I've been thinking about that since it happened earlier because I really fucking snapped. Like I don't know what the fuck it was. It's just something about that man ass in that show that just got me. Like this is and I think the thing that got me about it, once again, and where I was coming, I don't think it was coming out correctly. Where I think it came from is that you can do edgier content, but it's like at the same time you're fucking Disney. I think that's where I get it from. You're Disney. Like it's like that name is supposed to mean something to what there's just certain things that you shouldn't do as the Disney company. I don't agree with that. I understand that we're going to do edgier content. I understand that, but a lot of the content that they got that's edgy, what I was trying to say earlier was it was acquired by 20th Century Fox. When they bought 20th Century Fox, I don't know if you guys noticed that, but they control Sons of Anarchy. Did you guys know that? They do. The
Yeah.
mouse. Yeah, the mouse controls that. That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm getting at here, is that you can have when you have a show. And this is what I'm saying. When you have a show that's kind of, I mean, your demographic here is you're kind of skewing a younger demographic because it's a Marvel show. Am I? That's what I'm getting at here. So when I see things like this, it's not a rated R show, is it?
I think it's TVMA 14. I believe. I got to check the rating.
Yeah, and I think that's what I was trying to say earlier. And what I was saying, you motherfuckers on there never understand. I want to explain to you because, okay, we've had conversations offline where you don't see my point of view, I don't see your point of view, so we butt heads.
Yeah.
That's what makes the podcast work. Because we butt heads on these things. You know, you have your stance on shit, I got my stance on shit. Okay, and it's just you give me a couple of drinks and I'm all over the fucking place. But that's the thing. So I want to clarify here to the audience that yeah, that's what I was getting at here. You know, it's just
I get that, but I also get too with them going in that direction. Like, and I get it, it's Disney, but if you look at Disney Plus is changing. Like, they got shit from Hulu on there, bro. Like,
well, they put them they put them together in one service.
Yeah.
So, and it's crazy because so we actually we're paying for two services. We're paying for Hulu and paying for Disney Plus, but they put something new where you get both of the services for the same price.
Yeah.
So that's we upgraded to do that shit, which I think is pretty good. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I just came from a different time, I guess. You know, when the Disney I grew up on is the Lion King and all that kind of shit or whatever. So it's kind of like when I'm on there, like, and I'm seeing this kind of shit here. I guess I don't know. I guess that's just the thing. I'm getting old. Like you
it happens, man.
You see shit here, and it's like I don't know. But then I feel like the parents' television counselor or some shit. Like what? You can't do that. I'm like, well, I don't know. I mean, but I'm like, fuck, man. I'm the same nigga that's like, motherfuckers pulling my driveway. Like, why the fuck are you pulling my driveway and backing out? Like, but I was like, I used to do the same thing. Like, I don't know. I don't know. So once again, I want to apologize to the audience and people are listening here. I really became Vader for a minute, and it's just kind of what it goes to.
It's all good, man. It's all good. We never expected Hogan to go heel either. It's fine.
He should have though.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like somebody else right now that's cosplaying as a babyface.
Oh yeah, let's let Saturday play out.
Yeah.
And we'll get to that. To that.
But listen, they're talking about right now. So this is all leading to obviously War Games. But they're talking about we're probably not going to get the tag team that are the team that we think we're going to get at Survivor Series. I mean, it's probably going to end up being the Bloodline versus Roman and the team, but it ain't going to be the team we think. It's probably going to end up being, if I had to pick some people, probably going to end up being Roman, Cody, Randy, Kevin Owens, and maybe who's the fifth man going to be in that equation? Jimmy Uso.
I don't know. Let's let Saturday play out, bro. I got thoughts.
Yeah.
I got thoughts.
If you're going to a Kofi heel turn, a Cody heel turn, I don't know about that. If I gotta put something on there, I'm thinking we're gonna see Kevin Owens or Randy Orton turn.
Listen, I'm about to go on another podcast as soon as we're done.
Okay.
And I'm gonna drop this prediction there because it's gonna fuck people up. But the story's already been told. The story's already been told.
See, I already know what you're getting at.
It's already done. It's done.
Yeah. See, you know. Okay. I'm gonna just say it like this, and you tell me if I'm on the right path. Cody's playing everybody.
Fuck yes, he is.
Yeah.
Fuck yes, he is.
Yeah, Cody's paying everybody.
It's already done. It's done.
I saw the video that they did in the stadium, which I thought was excellent. But
watch that again.
no,
Go back and watch
I watched it 3 times.
Watch it again. Cody tells you in that promo, he tells you exactly what he's gonna do.
Yeah.
He said it before.
He's gonna take everything away from him.
He already did.
Yeah. But I like the end of that scene when he's like, "You're in my way.
You're in my way in life."
So I like that because it's like we ain't never gonna be friends. Like we're frenemies at the moment. You know, that's kind of what it is. Like we're never gonna be like it's is.
Roman's flaw, his flaw is that he trusts people. That's his flaw.
And he trusts Cody. I don't know, bro. I know what you're kind of getting at here. We've been saying it for a while. And I'm like,
It's gonna turn his head. It's gonna turn his head.
And I'm like, you know what would really make this so bizarre of a fucking story would be if the wise man comes back and he sides with Cody.
Let Saturday play out.
I don't think anything's gonna happen Saturday except the debut of Hikuleo.
Let it play out.
Man, we'll come back on here next week and we're like, well, you know,
if it plays out the way I think, I'm coming back on this bitch Saturday, and we talk about it.
Well, I don't know. What you think about the Miz's heel turn?
I like it, but I like it, but not because he turned. Karrion Kross is playing the game himself.
What the fuck?
Yep.
Wait a minute. Shelton Benjamin's on AEW Dynamite today?
Oh my God, I missed that.
Yeah,
we came on right before. The hurt business is coming, bro.
Yeah, Shelton Benjamin is on. I'm looking at the picture here. He's on. It's MVP. It's Prince Nana and Shelton Benjamin.
I bet Bobby Lashley's about to show up. I bet he is.
Of course he is, because they want you to think that they want the swerve to be, that they're going to put Swerve with these guys, and no, that's not going to happen. Bobby Lashley's going to come in and destroy Swerve. See, that's what I'm saying. Things are about to heat up, right? You know,
yeah,
things are about to heat up over there. So they got something. That's what I'm saying. Just don't fucking ruin it.
Yeah, don't ruin that shit, bro.
So where do we see the fucking blood hot feud right now? One of the biggest feuds they got going on in WWE right now: Drew McIntyre, CM Punk. I mean, CM Punk has got to win Hell in a Cell.
If he doesn't, this feud's over.
Yeah, he has to.
He has to. If he doesn't, this feud is over.
Yeah. Yeah, he has to.
I want to see it keep going because honestly, this is some of the best work Drew's done ever. I want to see it keep going.
Yeah, but really you can't though, because at this point, like the cage is usually the feud ender.
Right.
So
right.
We really can't go anywhere past this. Okay. I know you gotta do the other show, so let's run through predictions right quick for Bad Blood and see where we're at when we come back.
All right.
You got the card?
Give me 1 sec. I had it down, but now I gotta bring it back up. I know we got Drew. They need to start with that.
I don't know if you're gonna be able to start with the Hell in a Cell, man. I think that might be the one to end the show.
Yeah, you're right. At the Omni.
A live-action Rugrats movie is currently in the works at Paramount.
I don't want to see that shit. I don't want to see that shit. All right. Finn versus Damian Priest.
Seeing as I think this is going to be a long-term feud, I'm going to pick Finn Balor.
I'm going with Priest on this one. But I do see this continuing. I'm going with Priest.
I think it's the first match.
I would agree. I would agree with that. Liv versus Rhea.
Oh, I'm going with fucking Rhea Ripley.
You think she's going to beat her? Beat Liv?
I think she's going to beat her by disqualification. But she will not win the title.
I agree with that. I don't see Liv dropping too soon.
No. That would be stupid.
That would be really stupid. CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre, Hell in the Cell.
I got to go with CM Punk on this one.
I'm going to go left field. I'm going to go Drew.
Did Drew? Who won the last one?
CM Punk.
Shit. Man.
I'm going to go Drew on this one.
I'm going to stick with Punk.
Okay. I'm going to stick with Drew.
Yeah.
Nia Jax versus Bayley.
I am going to go with Nia Jax winning the match with an assist from Naomi.
I'm going to go Bayley with the caveat. I think Tiffany's going to cash in.
I think it's too soon for Tiffany to cash in.
You think so?
Yeah. Because that would just that would kind of just destroy. That would just destroy the entire. That would just destroy Nia Jax's run. Like, it didn't mean shit.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Now the reason why I think that they should do something with Naomi is because of a little conversation that they had, Naomi and Bayley, where Bayley was like, she wanted to apologize to her about what happened. She said, "You're not sorry about nothing," and they kind of were cool at the end.
Yeah.
No, they were like,
keep that nugget. Cool.
Yeah, so I'm like, fuck it, turn Naomi heel. So,
okay, I'm with that. All right, and the one we came to see, Cody and Roman versus Solo and Jacob.
And on that one, I am not going to pick a winner.
I don't think the match finishes.
I don't think it finishes either. I don't think it
finishes.
I think we're gonna see. I think what's gonna end up fucking happening is they are gonna drop that Hell in a Cell cage down, and we're gonna see a fucking bloodbath is what's gonna end up happening. But I think we're gonna see the debut of Hikuleo.
Yeah.
I think Hikuleo is gonna come. I think that motherfucker is gonna probably do a Paul White under the ring.
It's bad blood.
Yep. But I think it's gonna be the repeat of the debut of Kane. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So that's my prediction. And then when I come back on here, I can gloat. Fucking say, yeah, I got it right.
All right. Final thoughts, man.
Final thought is going to be this. Once again, I'm going to apologize to the audience. It wasn't very professional of Frank D. Vader. Wasn't professional at all.
Stop fucking apologizing. It was real. That's what you got, folks.
Yeah.
You got real shit.
Well, yeah, I know, but it's just not becoming. We're trying to do a professional podcast here. We just can't have people flipping out. We can't have people going postal. You know what I mean? So, but no. Final thoughts is, yeah, man. I mean, people just need to chill the fuck out. You know what I mean? Like, every time I go on a post on Facebook and anything to do with AEW, it's just somebody's got a fucking laughing emoji. Like, what the?
That's what I said. It became cool to hate on them.
Yeah, and I'm like, it's fucking, and if I'm saying this, like give it a fucking a chance here. You know what I mean? Like, I want to see where this Moxley thing is going. You know what I mean? I want to see where that's going.
I want to see where this Hurt Business shit is going.
Exactly.
I'm going back to watch it.
Yeah, you got some good shit happening on all the shows. My God, man, let me say this right quick. Fucking Jey Uso, like. Look at this dude here.
He made it.
Yeah, look at Jey Uso, man. This dude is in his I mean, I know eventually you want to put the brothers back together, but fuck. This dude is just on his own. Jimmy, bro. Yeah, man.
It's gonna be hard.
They completely screwed him up.
Man, it's gonna be hard for Jimmy.
Dude, I don't know. I was watching this. I was watching Jay come out, and
Jay got an aura.
He got the Randy Savage. Like, I think dude might be this. He might be this generation's Randy Savage.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, I mean,
when his music hit, and they went crazy and shit. I'm like, oh,
no one gets that kind. No one gets that kind of reaction. No one's getting that kind of reaction. Yeah, so I don't know, man. We'll see what happens. Bad Blood this Sunday on the WWE Network. We got AEW coming up this January on the Max. You got WWE Raw coming to Netflix on the Max. We got a lot of content that's going to be coming up. It's just wow. It's just crazy. Like, they talk about, it's the greatest time to be a wrestling fan. Well, I don't know about that. I just know that
we're getting there.
It's cool to we're getting to the point where it's cool to watch and shit. But other than that, I got nothing else. Thoughts and prayers to everybody out there though. That's dealing with the tragedy that's happened because of Hurricane Helene. That's
absolutely
fucking terrible.
Absolutely. I know there's a GoFundMe. I know there's a couple of wrestlers that posted GoFundMes because they were affected. Look at FTR. They're the biggest ones that have a GoFundMe for people in the area, not just them, even though they were affected. But yeah, man, this storm did a lot of damage. So if you see one of those links, please be considerate enough to try to help those people in need out.
Make sure it's legit.
Make sure it's legit.
Yeah. But no, that's just thoughts and prayers of everybody affected by that tragedy. And apparently, dude, we got some more storms coming in. It's season. It's the season. So it's horrible.
Hunker down. Make sure you keep your loved ones close, man.
Exactly. Other than that, dude, I ain't got nothing else.
Same here. Join us this Friday. This is my final thought. Join us this Friday. Shout out to Bubba John. He donated a whole bunch of items. Join us on the Smoke Pit this Friday. We're going to be doing DFPN game night this Friday. So make sure you guys join us. No Gimmicks has some stuff that we're going to be giving away. I am holding right now in my hand a Superstar Billy Graham action figure donated to us by Bubba John. We'll be giving that away. We have some signed memorabilia, some autographs. Just make sure you join us. It's going to be a fun night. We're going to be doing coach tags, and it's going to be fun. You get a chance to win some DFPN merch, swag, whatever you want to call it. And every show, I believe, is giving something away. So make sure you guys show up, show out. Let's have some fun this Friday. That's all I got, man.
Yeah, I mean, show up, show out, have some fun. Subscribe to all of the shows on the DFPN. Okay, you never know when someone's going to go postal.
With that being said, man, y'all be easy. Thank you for tuning in to the No Gimmicks podcast. Until next time, you guys take care of each other and enjoy what you want to. Hey, you didn't even do your pet population shit. Do that shit.
Oh, yeah. Slipped my mind. So let's help control the pet population out there. I'm talking about you fucking motherfuckers with them fucking cats. All right. You got too many damn feral cats. All right. Listen, I'm all for getting the pussy, but fuck, right? Anyway, help control the pet population. Have your pets spayed or neutered. All right. That's all I got.
All right, man. Until next time, y'all be easy. Peace.
And I know it's all business. We give them no gimmick. Yeah. And I know it's all business. We give them no gimmick. Yeah. And I know it's all business. We give them no gimmicks.